What's going on, people, and welcome to my match preview for Everton versus Manchester United. Against Everton, no, I think it's going to be very tough. They've just got a points deduction, obviously. I think they're going to be at the bit and ready to go to get them points back and shut people up, and they're going to be out for people's blood, and they're going to want revenge. I think it's going to be a nightmare for us against them. Just what I just mentioned, they're going to be hungry and aggressive, and I think that we will struggle. So my prediction for the game, I'm actually going to go 2-0 Everton. I just think at Goodison, the crowd are going to be up, the players are going to be up, and I just think it's going to be too much pressure on us to deal with and even get a draw, I think, just because of the situation with the points deduction. So I'm going to say Everton 2-0. Hopefully I'm wrong and we can get at least a draw, if not the 3 points. Injuries then, Rasmus Højlund is set to miss at least another week. They don't feel like he's 100% ready yet, which is a shame because I feel like he was just starting to get going in the team. Casemiro is still, they're saying, going to be out until at least January, so he's another huge miss for us. I know he's not been great and matched up to the form that he once had in like the first season he came in, but I'd still rather have him available than not. Eriksen's going to miss another 2 weeks at minimum. I feel like we could have done with him in this game, even if it was coming off the bench. With that, he offers a little bit of creativity at times that we struggle with. So he's out for another 2 weeks. Martinez at minimum until January. So he's another one, no time soon is going to be back. So that he can majorly affect our team in a good way. I know he's not always consistent, but more often than not, he doesn't let us down. Johnny Evans is still out. Not sure when he's going to be back. Luke Shaw is back training, but I don't think the fitness is fully back. So I expect if we see Luke Shaw against Everton, it will be coming off the bench. So I don't think he's going to be fit enough to start yet, but he is back training. Malassia is still out for the long term as well. So yeah, just the injury list just seems to pile up and up and up all the time with us. We've got to go to Goodison with less players than we would have liked, and key players, some of them. So it's going to be tough, it's going to be difficult, and even more so with this points deduction. Into my starting 11 then. I'm hearing that Onana obviously picked up a bit of a scare in the international break, but I didn't mention him in the injury list because they said even though he had this injury, he has been training. So I expect Onana to be available and ready to pick, but personally, I would give Bayunda a chance. I heard that he done well against Germany recently. I just think that Onana has been doing better recently for United, but I don't think it's been at the level of he can't be replaced. So I'd personally like to see Bayunda in the goal, but obviously it's a difficult fixture at this time with Everton. But I'd still like to see Bayunda. So I'd go Bayunda in the sticks. Right back, I'd go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think he's better defensively than Delo. And he tries to go forward and make things happen. But I think we're going to be under the cosh a lot in our own defensive third in this game. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back for me. Then I'd go for Varane if he's fit. I don't know if it's a thickness thing with him, injuries, niggles, or mentally. But if he's anywhere near available, we need to pick him. He's our best defender when he is playing. He needs to be in the squad. Maguire, and it is because of injury issues. I'm not sure what is happening with Lindelof if he's available. If Lindelof is available and fit, I would go with him ahead of Maguire. But because I'm not sure what's happening with him, I would go with Maguire because he has played recently and he hasn't been too bad. So Varane and Maguire. Reguilon at left back. You could put Delo there, but I do think Reguilon is underrated and I like his effort and work rate. And I think he's a more natural left back than Delo is. So obviously left-footed as well. Reguilon for me. The two in midfield, I'd go with McTominay and Amrabat. I was considering Mason Mount, but I haven't been impressed with him. I know he's not had a ton of minutes, but when he has played, I don't feel like he's done anything with it. So McTominay's obviously been on a rich reign of form for Scotland. He didn't score in the last international break, but before that he was on a haul. And he scored quite a few for United in recent weeks as well. So I'd go with him, quite combative. Hopefully he doesn't get a red card. That is an issue with him, which I think against Everton is going to be a really fiery game. But because of the lack of options, I've put him in there. Amrabat to partner him in the midfield too. Obviously, with Casemiro out for a long time. No Eriksen. I think Eriksen would have struggled on the defensive side and the physicality side anyway. So I think just in the physicality side, McTominay and Amrabat are better options anyway. So they're my two in midfield. Rashford on the right. I feel like you get that. He has to It forces him to put balls into the box on his right when he plays on the right because he's right-footed and he can't cut in and shoot on his left foot because it's not strong enough. So I would go with him on the right. I'd still like to see Pelistri, but they never give him a chance. So Bruno at 10, Garnacho on the left, and then I'd go with Martial up top. I prefer Højlund, but obviously he's not available, but Martial up top. It doesn't seem to matter who we play in the number 9 position though, because it's always a graveyard shift because they don't get the service. So that'd be my starting 11. Let me know yours in the comments. As I said, I'm not feeling optimistic about this game at Everton. I feel like we're going to be under pressure on most of the game. We might get the odd chance, but we're not that clinical a lot of the time. I don't see anything else other than 3 points for Everton in this one. I think it's going to be a long afternoon for us. Even on the physicality side, which again, even if they don't hammer us in terms of a scoreline, if some of our players pick up injuries because of ferocious tackles from them, I've just gone through the list of injuries we've already got, so that's another thing we don't need. So hopefully none of our players pick up injuries in this game, but I do think it's going to be a long, fiery afternoon and almost Sunday League-like. So I'm going 2-0 Everton. Hopefully we can get something more positive than that. Enjoy the football coming up at the weekend, guys. Catch you soon.